So much food. Okay. Hi there, Marge here from A Rose Grows in Harlem. It is Friday, May 1st, and it is Feeding Friday. I left this video out just to see if, I started recording to see if the birds would come and visit. And I don't know, I'll have to check that when I go back and edit the video. But this week, I have to fill the cat feeder, this feeder over here. We'll assess this feeder over here, refill that feeder, and make sure that there is enough water in the little areas where the animals can get all of their drinks from. So, what do I have this week? Pretty much more the same. Black oil sunflower seeds. I have this big bag of wild bird seed that I get from the supermarket. This bag is really loud, so I'll try not to talk when I crinkle it. Meow mix, that's for the possums and the raccoons. Mealworms. They're really good for protein. And I have this leftover, this bird feed that I got at a discount store, and it's okay. The birds are, I don't know, they throw everything on the ground, so, but I have that. But today, I have a new bird feeder. This is the Pennington Metal Upside Down Seed Cake Feeder. This one is cool because you put rectangle seed cakes in the top and the birds eat from the bottom. Now, it gives you a little example. See this little bird? He hangs upside down and he eats from there. So that's good. It's mostly metal. It's got a little view screen here, and it opens by just lifting it up like that, and you put the seed cakes in there. So let me go grab the other feeders and I'll show you how I fill all these in. I'm going to show you what it looks like before I take these down so you can see the ridiculous collection of birdseed that I have here. Now that is mostly because the bigger birds and the squirrels come over here and they jump on this feeder. And this feeder has seen some better days, and it always empties in a few days because they just knock everything off of it. And unfortunately, what's in this part goes down here. So I plan on putting, first of all, I have to clean this. If you guys want a video on that, let me know, because I should probably film that to show how I clean it. It's going to be interesting because this is wood, but this is already coming off. This is supposed to be eco-friendly, but I don't know. This doesn't seem like any of this lasted too long, so we'll see how we can clean that. These things slide out and should be interesting. Now I was worried about this one because I felt like the birds did not seem to like it. So what I ended up doing was I took the extra that was left from over here and I put it on the bottom. Now that's a different kind of bird seed, but what I'm seeing now, I only put like a little bit, maybe enough to cover maybe a third of it. But there is way more bird seed. So that means this feeder is being used, which I am very excited for, because I thought the birds were not having it. I thought they were upset with me. And I think what I will do is I will leave this here. I will let this run out, and you see that I filled it all the way up to the top. So there was a little bit. And if that's the case, then my foreshadowing or my foresight was accurate, and I bought another one of these. So instead of this one, I think what I will do is I will put up another one of these so that the smaller birds have something to eat. And then I will put the seed cake food up, and then I will leave that one over there for the squirrels and the bigger birds. So I think that might be a better plan. Let's see about that. All right, so very exciting. We have this old thing, which seems like it's weathered the storm fairly well, although I don't know why this is coming off. I would think that if this was a bird feeder, this is even in the shade. Like, why would that come off? But I have a feeling because of the different scratch marks, it was probably the squirrels climbing up and scratching, especially along the edges, because that's where they grab on. And even this is like worn clean away. Now the seed cakes, they got some poking. So I think we're gonna do a little bit of a change. I will not refill this week. I'm gonna put food here. There's food already in the other one of these, and I was able to get a second one. I was lucky enough so that the discount store where I purchased it had some more, and that was great. And of course, I'm gonna set up this new one so the little birds, the woodpeckers and stuff, can go underneath. So that should be exciting. So let's go ahead. Get that again. This has to be laying up against something. Take this off. And this is, oops, that's not the garbage. This is the Copper Preserve Wild Bird Feeder Perky Pet. I got it from Ollie's, if there's one by you, for $25. That's what it looks like. It says it's supposed to be squirrel resistant, which is true. And it tells you how to care for it. Clean your feeder every 2 weeks with a mild soap and detergent. Remove lid, fill with seed, replace with lid, and hang feeder. And the wire barrier protects it against squirrels. I think that's hilarious. My squirrels still get fed, so don't worry. We feed all of our critters here, just we want equal opportunity for every type of animal. We don't, like our mourning doves sit in here and eat the food. It's ridiculous. So let's fill this. We will fill this with, they seem to like this wild bird food, so fill with this one. And this is the one where it's just like millet and millet and wheat berries and sunflower seeds. That seems to be their favorite. And if you don't have one of these, I just like to trick out with all the different types of tools. You could just get a container and just cut the spout so it's like that. So when you pour it, it goes right in. It's good for plants if you're filling up plants with dirt. Planters, rather. If this works, we might not have to fill this for a few weeks, but we'll check it every Friday like we do. Okay, so I filled it up to this little thing here. See this little mark? Right there, I filled it up to there. So we can test next week. And I'm also going to put some at the bottom to make sure that they know that there's food in here too. There we go. Just just a little bit to let them know there's food down there. This has got to go on tight so that it doesn't rattle. Oh, I guess that's okay. Okay, so that's done. Now I fill up this one. I guess we're doing sunflower seeds and this bird food from Canada or something. They love the sunflower seeds. They will like knock over other animals for these sunflower seeds. There's also sunflower seeds in here, but I just put it in there. This is cracked corn so that if they poop it out, it doesn't grow corn. All that corn that's in my side yard are from chipmunks and squirrels. Okay, so let them dig for the sunflower seeds. So we have that ready, we have this ready. And let's do, oh, I didn't give them worms. I didn't give them mealworms. I could put some mealworms on top. The bigger birds like the mealworms. And do you hear them? Meh, meh. They love it. They know the food is coming. Okay, next up, let's close our bags. I was so upset because last time I did all of my talking and stupid thing didn't record. It was my fault because I didn't charge the microphone well enough. I always make sure my phone is charged, but I forgot to charge the microphone. So I charged it this time. I will use it when I'm walking around to show you the progress of everything. Okay, so now we have this fun thing. So we open it up and get rid of the paper. And just tape it on. It's easy enough to take off. Okay. This says it's an ideal feeder for clinging birds, woodpeckers, nuthatches, weather-resistant, durable metal. We'll see how resistant it is. Deters nuisance birds, yeah, like the big pigeons. Easy to fill with lifting lid, and it holds up to 2 large seed cakes. Now see, I thought it would fit 3, but they say 2, so that's fine. I was only gonna put 2 in there anyway because I don't want it to get moldy, so I'll just put 2 in there. That paper out, take this paper out. Metal upside down cake feeder. Let's see, we have KT's American Blend seed cake, and this is cracked corn, Milo, black oil sunflower seed, white millet, dextrose, calcium carbonate, gelatin, glycerin, honey, soybean oil, vitamin A supplement, and vitamin D3 supplement. I don't know, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I like all that stuff in there. That's what that has. And then I have this gourmet stuff, which it looks like either bugs got in there or there's something really, I don't know, there's something in there. We'll find out. This is the gourmet seed cake. This is supposed to be a good blend for songbirds. And you can hear them. Do you hear them? They're calling for their friends. And this one has, it's pretty much the same thing. oh no, this has different sunflower, safflower, millet, peanuts, gelatin, dextrose, honey, and that's it. Oh, this is less. This has less ingredients. So let's go ahead and open this up. Time to sharpen these scissors. Oh, looks like there's stuff in here. I don't know. Normally they say when there's sand like that, that means it got bugs in it. But maybe the birds like the bugs, so let's go ahead and put them in there. Don't breathe that in, kids. Okay, that's one. And then let's put this American blend in there afterwards. This one looks better. But it still has some bugs. I don't know. I always find that there's a thing called, smelling cat poop again. Okay, putting that in there like that. Okay, so now we've got that. And now we've got seed cakes. See? And then the birds can get to it from there. Okay, what a mess. What a mess. Alright, let's go put everything up. Okay, I'm almost there. I just need an S-hook to hang this extra bird feeder. I will leave this running to see if the birds come by. I'm almost thinking if I should hang this. Let me hang the ones I have so far so that you could see them. And feel free to fast forward if you don't want to watch the birds. Let's do this one. Hello. I'm gonna go grab the S-hooks. Let's see who stops by. I love it. I love it. Sorry, I'm trying to clean up and I'm making a mess. Okay, so I just got these cheapo carabiners so that I can connect the bird feeders to the frame. Use the smallest one. And do I already have something to connect it to? Hi. Did you see a little bit? Right there, I can't zoom in. But I should zoom in at the end of this video. Once I go through the garden, maybe I'll make a nice long video. You could just watch birds if you like. Okay, let's see if I have, no, I have an S hook. Is that good enough? Nope, let me go grab a thingy. Where do I want to put this? There? Put it over there so that it's on either side. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is over there, and that's where the squirrels and the bigger birds will get to. Now, I have this I don't even know what to call it. It's like a pole that you put in the ground that's supposed to be good for putting up a bird feeder. But for right now, it's in storage, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll put it up here. No, I don't know. That's too close to the cats. I don't want it to be in direct view of the cats. But I do have, I do have feeders down there. Those are for my mealworms. Let me go grab those. I haven't been down there in a while because I've not cleared that space until since the last garden updates. These have to be cleaned. Wonder. Let's see if there are any black widows up here. Hear me scream. That's why. Oof. There are definitely webs in there, but no spiders that I can see. Probably a good place for a spider to be because there's lots of wind. Capture all types of things. And this seems to be just modeling, not any mold or anything. No spiders in there. So maybe I'll just fill these up. Let's just fill them up. These are rusted. Oh heck. I don't think I have enough mealworms. Oh yes, let's do both. Let's do this. And mealworms. These birds are so spoiled. But I've got a lot of bird seed, so it's alright. Gourmet birdies. Gourmet. Squirrels are probably going to get these. And the mealworms are not inexpensive. This thing, oof. This thing has seen better days. That was definitely a spider web of some kind. This might actually have some gunk on it. I don't know. I don't want to put, because that's plastic, I want to wash that or throw it out or something. But I will put these back. My hands are dirty. I'm gonna break this camera thing. This tripod. Let me go put these back. Hi! Paris! Paris, what are you doing here? You crazy cat? Neighbor's cat. Okay, feed the cats and then we'll go around the garden. Okay, so of course I left my tripod outside, figures, because I came in here to look at my stash of plant food, and I have to hold this up, so oh well. I have some of this Pennington's Rejuvenate plant food. This is supposed to be for roses and flowers. I have some of this Job's Organics fruit and citrus, and the instructions are for established plants and shrubs. I'm supposed to do 1 1/2 cup per foot of plant spread. Oh my gosh. Okay, so all of these are mini, so I'm just going to do a handful like I did last year. And then I'll look to see how they're doing, and if they need any more, I'll give them more in like 2 weeks. Okay, and for the Penningtons, it says for established plants, sprinkle 1 1/2 cups alongside every 25 feet or row. Sprinkle 2 to 3 cups over a 10 square foot. So I definitely don't have any 10 square foot. I would say maybe 2 square feet. It's really like 1 1/4 maybe. So again, just a handful. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. Okay, these are my peach trees. This is something that I used probably for the cat food. Doesn't matter. It's an old yogurt container. And it's supposed to rain on tomorrow. We'll see if that happens. I'll take oh wow, this is a lot. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to use a whole cup. This is a lot of food, and it's granular. See? And it smells like poop, which is good. That's what fertilizer should smell like. It says this is, what's the formula? It's 3-5-5, which is nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. 3 nitrogen, 5 phosphate, 5 potassium, and it's derived from feather meal, bone meal, processed poultry manure, and sulfate of potash. Expiring May 1st, 2029. So, haha, that we got it right on the right date. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull out. I'm talking up here because I might have to zoom in. So I'm gonna pull out the crappy weeds over there, and then I'm gonna give it some food. Hopefully there are no spiders. Oh, there are definitely spiders here. Little spiders. Well, spiders, I gotta get in here, so excuse me. Make sure my poor plants are suffocating. There we go. Don't suffocate, little peach. This is my Lauren peach. That one's okay, and that one's okay. I'll just put a little bit. There are 3 trees in here, so I'm gonna do like half a cup. I didn't really do a good job of this. I have my proper gloves on. So when it rains tomorrow, should get some, oof, who knows what's running in and out of these things. Should get some good feeding there. Okay, those are the peach trees. One of my many roses. That one is in the ground, so I will only give it a little bit, but it's actually starting to form flower buds. See? Very nice. Beautiful. I will give that some food. And for this Pennington rose and flower, this is 4-6-3. So 4 nitrogen, 6 phosphate, 3 potassium. This is a little different. Looks like that. And this is made from what does this say it has? I don't know, there are a lot of warnings on here. It's like, don't use it if animals are gonna graze. Non-plant food ingredients, that's helpful. I don't know, where does it say this is coming from? Oh, but it's got a lot of like soil amending. Look at all this bacteria and fungi it's got. That's great. But my soil is pretty good, so I'll just give it about half of this. Okay, maybe a little more than half. Okay, so over here I've got my kiwi plant. That was my rose. And then I have my pears. Or my pears are over there, so I'll fill them too. 4 pear trees, so I'm going to give it a little more. This is riddled with spiders. That over there is my nectarine tree, and I'm going to give that a little bit too. Next up, I'm going to get my olives, my other rose. What else do I have over there? Next up, I'll get my other rose. I have an olive tree over there, and I think I have a pineapple guava somewhere. And any other roses along the way. Plum trees. Hope I can reach them all. Really long arm. Okay, that's good. Oh no, one of my blueberries died. Oh. What happened, blueberry? There's no girl, huh? Somebody pee on you? I don't know what happened. I'll give you some just in case. Blueberries. Oh, the apple. The random apple tree. Right. Oh boy, okay. So that's it for this feeding Friday. We fed the pears, the plums, the peaches, the apples that I have left, the pineapple guava, my raspberries, the blackberry. Oh, I couldn't get to the other blackberry that's over there. The cherries. Did I get the cherries? Yes, the cherries. Even though it looked like it's still sleeping, the nectarine, the apricot tree with the random extra tree, which I think is a lady, pink lady, I think. We filled the bird feeders. We got an extra bird feeder, and we got a new bird feeder so that the nuthatches and woodpeckers can hang upside down. And we refilled the cat food. No seed cakes with suet. No suet cakes this week. We'll see how that goes. I have to see where in the garden would be a good place to stick an actual bird feeder. I might put something in the middle of this. I might put something right here and pound that into the ground and see if that could work. They say that the bird feeders are supposed to be about 10 feet away from any hanging branch or anything, and you know what? The squirrels are gonna climb up whatever they want to climb up. That's been my experience. I have bird feeders that are out in the middle of nowhere, and the squirrels get around the slinkies that I put up there. You can put aluminum foil, they don't care. Don't want to put Vaseline. They said that that will definitely keep them off, but then they can't clean themselves because it's a waterproof thing that they can't wash off. Squirrels don't use soap. And even when you use soap, if you've ever gotten Vaseline on your hands and tried to wash it off, it's a pain in the butt. You need a lot of washings or some really, really strong, waxy petroleum, like, killer. So, that's it for the feeding. Any plans for this weekend? I have a lot of boxes because we're cleaning out the basement and partially the garage. But the basement, there are a lot of boxes that are okay to use in the garden. I probably will go in with the scraper and take the tape off. I may not because I might be too lazy, but trying to get rid of all of these runners because we have a lot of brambles. And that's why I have my blackberries in containers, even though now I know that they go through the grow bags. So I guess word to the wise, if you have something that sprawls, something that has what's called, I believe it's a rhizome, it runs under the ground. And if you've ever heard somebody have some kind of nightmare with putting in bamboo, that's really bad because you have to contain it with like a concrete wall or something that it can't poke through, because it will run underground, make more shoots that come up out of the dirt, and have more bamboo. Bamboo is a grass. Brambles are a vine, and they like to just set up shop. If they touch dirt, boom, they create roots, and then it's a pain and a half to get rid of them. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is covered. I tried to get tried to get cardboard out here, but then I had other stuff to do, so I didn't get a chance to actually go in and put it down properly, like everything else I do. But again, this is why I created this channel, because I need to create good habits for myself, that I'm coming out, I'm doing something every week, I'm doing it consistently, and that has actually motivated me to do more work, because if I see something in the garden, I'm like, oh, you know what, I should really take care of that. I just got fed up with the weeds, and that's how I ended up clearing the path. Like, I can actually walk through my garden again. When I look out the window, it's amazing because I see things that I couldn't see before because there was just so much overgrowth. I was talking to my boyfriend the other day about doing chip drop, And that's a great idea, except there are some downsides because you can't schedule it. You can't, you don't know exactly when it's going to show up. You have to make a space for them to drop off a truckload of, you know, chipped wood, which is fantastic. Like, it's free and it's great, but you have to be dedicated to taking that from wherever you have it dropped off to wherever it's going to go. And until I get this place cleaned up, I don't have just a quick place to dump it. Once this place has the cardboard down, has maybe some topsoil just to cover it up, and when everything is good and I know that I'm not going to get any other growth, then maybe I'll top it with the other stuff. In the past I have tried tarp, in the past I have tried plastic, and even the weed barrier is great because those rhizomes try to get through to other places and they will starve out. They won't get light and they won't get the air that they need. So they're just like these withered little tiny vines that go underneath, and they just stop and they don't come up. If I can find it, because it was years ago, before I had the dirt lockers, I had kind of like a strawberry patch, and I put pallets up and I put these little 3-gallon, or were they 5-gallon? I think they were 3-gallon bags, and I put a strawberry in each one of them, and they came out great and it was fantastic, and I didn't have any problems with weeds except when I, whatchamacallit, what was that before I put down the weed fabric? It's been so long. There have been so many iterations of that area, and I think what I did was I just put the pallets down and then I put the, yes, there's food here. Come and get it. So I basically put the pallets down. I put the strawberry 3-gallon, they're just plastic grow bags, and I put them in here, and I was getting upset because it was being overrun by vines, and that's why I was like, forget it, let me put down fabric, let me do that and just get that over with. And that was great. And what I should have done was the entire yard before I put the dirt lockers down. So now I have a lot of cleaning to do. I have to get rid of these animal containers and make sure nobody's buried themselves in there. Hopefully, because the cold weather has gone, I'm not gonna find like crazy nests of rats or anything like that. So I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna go with my little extension pincers and start picking things up, because I have to check for spiders, because we have brown recluses here, we have black widows, we have brown widows too, which apparently are not, they might be as painful, but I don't think they're as poisonous, so I don't know. But they're spiders that you shouldn't mess with, so I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna be out here in long sleeves when I can. If I can't, I'm gonna have some Zevo on, you know, get some bug spray, and I will continue to feed these babies and clean up the yard. My boyfriend was very thoughtful. He looked at this task of cleaning up this yard and he was like, should we get somebody in here to just like wipe out all of this stuff? And I said, you know what, if I didn't have a channel, I would say yes, because trying to do this on your own is almost a Herculean effort, because I let it get too far, because I wasn't consistent and I wasn't out here every day, just a little bit. Just 15 minutes a day will get weeding done. Like, I just pulled out some random weeds here, and if I did that every day, it would be clean, it would be no problem. And it's just the upkeep. Gardening is work. It's not something that you could just put together and set it and forget it, unless you get like one of those garden, like little kits, like the what are they called? Not the Veggie Grow. I forget. Everybody has those towers, and even then you have to, you know, you have to set it up. You have to put the dirt in there. You still have to feed the plants. You still have to take care of things. Plants still need taken care of. They will survive in some way or form, but if you want to get them to do whatever you have planned for your garden, it takes work, you know. And when you have a full-time job and hobbies and the crazy stuff that's going on with this country right now in the USA, it's insane. So, you know, it takes a lot. But if you do a little bit every day, and even though I didn't want to do it, it was more because I was just exhausted because of other things. This was just an added, you know, an added thing to do. And it's crazy because it says a lot more about me. If I had just started, I would have been fine. It was just getting to that point of saying, oh, I have to do gardening now. That mindset is pretty much applied to anything. So it's not the fact that it's gardening, because gardening is work, but it is good work. It's hard work, and it's rewarding. Because if you see what comes up, I have several roses that I got from Costco. I have roses that I got from Lowe's. I have roses that I got from, did I get any from Ace Hardware? I don't know. I probably saved some from the clearance rack, because, you know, I love to get those plants. But it is hard work, and I'm never gonna say don't start, because you can learn something about yourself. You may start and realize, you know what, this is not for me. I don't want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's great. Anything that will teach you more about yourself, I think, is fantastic. And the biggest lesson that I have learned from this garden, and I talked to my sister about this because she's now creating her own garden, is that you almost want to fail, because that will teach you what to do better the next time. And I have learned so much in this garden about what works and what doesn't. Like, I cannot tell you how long this path was overgrown. There are videos, you can see it. It shows there are so many weeks, so many months, and probably a full year that whole area was just, you could not walk through it. And it took me a weekend to clean it out. And I'm not even talking, like, I think I did it during a video. I did one side one day, maybe 2 days, and one side in one go. I just went to town, because it's not a lot of work. It's hard work, but it doesn't take forever. This is a very, very small area compared. Now, I know some people have patios. I know some people only have whatever, you know, whatever space that they have. But this is small compared to like a big farm, okay? And once you put your mind to it, and for me, once I stop procrastinating, then work gets done, and it's fantastic, and I love it. And just seeing things come alive and figuring out, okay, what to do next. Like, these peach trees were clipped. All the way down to here. And look at how much growth. They've exploded with growth, because that's what happens. They get dormant in the winter, they save everything up in their roots, and in the springtime they explode. And if you cut off whatever's there that might be growing, it's gonna explode into new growth. So I learned about that. I also learned about propagating, and I learned that I should have everything ready before I actually do it. Because what'll happen is I will propagate the scions, I will cut the plants, and I will put them in water, and then I won't want to do anything with them. I'll get everything ready and buy whatever I think I need and get the dirt and get stuff, whatever, and all of those scions are now dead because I just left them in the water. I never changed the water, I never did anything. And what does that teach? What does that teach me about myself? I can't overwhelm myself with tasks. I should do one thing, complete it, get that hit, that dopamine hit that it's been finished, and then move on to the next thing. Now, I thought I might be out of time because as you can see, this was about to explode, and I didn't want to catch it at the wrong time. But you know what? There is no wrong time, because this is my garden and I can do what I want. But if you want your plants to explode in a certain growth area, sure, you have to prune it in the winter or in the very early spring before the leaves start to come out. Now, with my plums, my leaves did start to come out, and I pruned it anyway because I wanted to see what happened. I did 2 plums and I left the other 2 so we can have a comparison. Now, I know that they're different trees, but I still want to see what happens at the end. Now, the little fruit tree book that I'm basing all of this off of says that if you want to have a tree that keeps a certain height, do the final pruning in the fall. So when it's starting to go back to sleep, before it becomes dormant, cut it there, because that will harden off whatever, whatever branches it has and whatever stem height you want it to get to, and do it that way. So what I will do is, like these trees, I will wait to see how big they grow, see where I need to make the adjustments. I'll trim them, I'll thin them out, because you see there are a lot of branches here that are coming off these other branches. So I will clean those up and just make sure that that's, that it's nice and compact. And then this way, when it's getting ready to go for the spring, for the winter time, it'll go dormant, it'll save up all its energy, and then it'll make that branch thicker again. Because it goes from this green looking branch into a nice hard brown branch. So, but these are the things that you learn, and I have to fail or I have to succeed, to learn what works and what doesn't. And I think the most joyful thing that I've added, and I did it fairly early, were all the bird feeders, because you don't want the birds to attack all of your fruit. They're things that are, you've worked hard to plant them and to cultivate them and to do whatever so that you can get a harvest, and then you come back and you find that somebody bit into your peach or somebody stole your strawberry. It happens. Animals know when there's food and know when it's good food. So that should be a testament to how well you're doing in the garden, because those animals are eating your produce, so that's good. But also give them food. If you give them food, they're not going to want to nibble on every one of your plants. You should be able to get some out there. So hopefully this year we will get some fruit. I did get 1 peach last year from one of these trees. I'm hoping I get another one. I think I saw some cherries. If I do work outside this weekend, which I should, I'll do a walk around so that we can look at each tree up close, see what we're finding, because I think, I have to double check, but I think that my kiwi plants are also budding for fruit. So fingers crossed. All right, but anyway, I can go on talking about this forever, so let me stop here. Is there anything else that I have to follow up with? I think that is it. The birds already seem to love this new feeder. I saw a little one sitting right in there, right over there, and it was eating and it seemed happy. So we shall see. We'll check to see if these nuthatches also, enjoy that upside down feeder, and yeah, we'll come back next week and see how much food is left. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody is enjoying this May 1st, and for those of you who participated in May Day and did not spend any money today, skipped out of school, skipped out of work, well done for you guys. Continue resisting and stay safe out there. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Bye.